What's up, YouTube? It's been a long time, but here I am. I've made a few videos about this in the past, but it seems to keep resurfacing. People reach out to me all the time asking, how do I get into the business? How do I become a bondsman? How do I become a bounty hunter? How do I get in? And there's really no magical answer to that question. There's no secret to getting into this business any more than there is getting into any other business. You go to your state's Department of Insurance website, find out what your licensing requirements are, talk to local bondsmen, walk into bonding offices, tell them that you're interested in a job, and depending on what side of the industry you're interested in, whether it's the bail enforcement side or the bond writing side, which me personally, I prefer the bond writing side because that's where I make the majority of my living. And go in, express interest. If one bonding company isn't interested, go to the next one and the next one and the next one. Be persistent. This job takes a lot of persistence. This job takes a lot of drive and self-motivation, and if you're not motivated enough to go out and find it, you might not do too well in this industry. There's a lot of companies out there that don't like hiring agents without experience. I get that. But there's a lot of companies like mine, for instance, I prefer to hire agents without experience because I want to train them to do things the way I like them done. I want to train them to do things my way and only my way. That way that there's no confusion. It's like one time I was taking a firearms class, and the firearms instructor asked everybody in the class, who here has experience shooting guns? And of course, everybody that raised their hand, he was like, forget everything you've learned in your grandpa's backyard. It doesn't apply here. It's great that you know how to point and squeeze, but I'm going to teach you how to do it the proper way. So everybody's idea of the proper way is vastly different, especially in this industry. So I prefer to take agents that have no experience, bring them in, teach them my way, my philosophies, my thresholds of right and wrong, and and have them do the job the way that I think is right. Now, I might not be right about everything all the time, and I learn every single day, but if you want to find a job doing bail bonding, whether it's recovery or bail soliciting, which is getting people out of jail, then keep looking for a company that will hire you, a company that will help you get the education that you need. Like in Mississippi, you have to take a 40-hour class. There's no way around it. It's called pre-licensed education class. There's only 3 providers in the state of Mississippi. Mississippi Bail Training Institute is one. That's one that I own, me and my business partner. There's MCOBS, Mississippi Coalition of I don't remember what it stands for, and the Mississippi Bail Agents Association, MBAA. Those are the only 3 providers in the entire state of Mississippi that can offer you the education you need in Mississippi in order to get the license. Once you get the education, you apply for the license. As long as your background is okay, then bam, you're a bondsman. It's not really hard in Mississippi to find a company that's willing to hire you, especially if you've already taken the class. And in my state, that's your first step. Get the class out of the way. Second step, get the test out of the way. It's a proxy test by the state. And go to a company and say, hey, I've already got my class. I've already passed my test. I'm ready to go to work. And most companies, I think, would give you a chance. I know I've heard over the years, I've talked to 50 different bonding companies. Nobody will give me a chance. That's in other states. I don't know what to tell you about that, but there's a lot of states right now that getting into the bonding business is super hard because the bonding industry is dying in those states. Right now, Mississippi is not one of those states. And by the way, I'm hiring all over the state of Mississippi. And the cool part about it is you don't even have to be a Mississippi resident to get a bonding license for Mississippi. So you could, in theory, go through all the processes of getting licensed and then make plans to relocate here. Because it doesn't make, I mean, you're not gonna live in Ohio and commute to Mississippi to write bonds. I mean, there's not enough money in each individual bond to justify that. But it does make sense that if you want to be in this industry bad enough, it's like any other job or any other industry. Sometimes you have to move to where the industry is doing okay and where you can make a living in the industry you want to be in, get your feet wet, and then explore your options. So for all you guys out there that really want to get into this line of work and really want to see what it's about, hey man, give me a call. Talk to me about it. I'll give you the ins and outs and the ups and downs. You know, there's no big secret to it. It's not a clandestine job. It's not a hard thing to get into. You just make a decision. This is what I want to do for a career. Now, what steps do I need to take to get into that career? It's like I knew a guy really well in the past, and he really, really wanted to be a police officer. So he sent his application to 100 police departments across the country. And the first police department that called him and said, "You're hired," he moved there, he started his career, he went to the police academy, and he's been with that department for, I think, 25 years now. He's still with them to this day. He's an investigator with the department. And somebody that wants to get into a career field, they want it bad enough, that's what they do. So if you're interested in getting into the bonding business, being a licensed bonding agent, hit me up. I'll help you out as best I can. I can't really help you with becoming a bondsman in your state. I don't have a lot of friends in the bonding industry because I'm very outspoken about how messed up people do things in this industry. So I don't have a whole lot of friends in this industry. So if you wanna get into the business, that's how you do it.